Hello, everyone. Welcome to Weekend Sports and Lions pregame. Getting back into the swing of things. It's been a couple of weeks, but vacation was needed. Lions themselves is not in the greatest spot with the injuries on top of the division being tied. Everyone's basically 5-3 on top, except for the Vikings, who are 4-4. So we're kind of all in the same boat right now. They're giving the Lions a massive chance to win here. They're giving them a favorite of 7.5 on top of giving them a 65% chance to win. I think it comes down to just the injuries. They probably feel the injuries on the Commanders' side are far worse than the injuries on our side. But Sewell's hurt, Decker's hurt, Greg Reynolds hurt. On top of a bunch of defensive guys are hurt. We are banged up. We thought the bye week was going to help, and then we come into this week and there's like 20 people on the injury report. So something needs to be figured out with our strength and conditioning. Because
I think this is modern sports. I mean, what football team isn't dealing with injuries right now? They're all like this for the most part. Maybe we're a little worse. I don't know.
I think we're worse. But I think we're worse than most teams would be at this standpoint in the year. Just again, because you have so many injuries. If I can find the injury report,
I don't know how we can be favored by that many points when our offense.
I think it's just because of JD Daniels being hurt.
Yeah, so what? They still have a backup. They still have an actual real backup. We don't. Goff's going to get killed out there with that offensive line. If Sewell can't go, oh my God, what are we talking about? Who is out this week?
Well, as I'm trying to pull,
we know Mahogany.
But I mean, in general, I don't think Sewell's going to be out unless it's like major. At least from what I would say, I don't think he'd be out.
I hear we have a new guy playing center.
Is Glasgow hurt?
Well, I guess he's moving to guard, and they're bringing in someone else. Someone was saying.
Oh, well.
So, see, we're very uninformed this week.
I didn't even hear that. I didn't even hear that. They signed a bunch of offensive linemen. Jack Conley, Muti, Hibbard, Chris Mahogany was on injury reserve. Ty Summers was put on the active roster and designated guard. Miles Frazier to return from the PUP list. They also released a guard on the 4th, so they did a lot. But again, when it comes to everything going on, Sewell was questionable. Decker, questionable. Craig Reynolds, questionable.
Who cares?
Frazier out. Mahogany on injuries or Baskel out. Malcolm Rodriguez out. Kirby Joseph, questionable. Dan Skipper, questionable. Pat O'Connor, questionable. What do you mean? You got a defensive and an offensive lineman?
Skipper maybe because you're going to need
safety.
But none of those guys are that important.
Marcus Davenport had an update to his injury reserve. I forgot he even existed. I didn't even know Manu was put on injury reserve about almost a month ago. So, you're dealing with a ton of injuries right now, which is not fantastic. And again, when you're looking at everything you got going on game-wise, this was going to be a game you thought you were going to lose potentially early on in the year. It might be a game you win. We might be at the point we thought we were going to be at anyways.
Who's Washington's hurt? What major injuries? Not
JD Daniels. Backup. They have a defensive tackle hurt, a safety hurt. I would have to go actually click on Washington to find the full injuries. Terry McLaurin's out. I know that. Marshawn Lattimore was on IR, which is his cornerback. Terry McLaurin is questionable for this week, but I know he's still hurt. Jaden Daniels is out. Jaden Daniels, you didn't see his arm bend the other way?
I did see it, but
he ain't gonna be playing after that. At least not the week after that. You kidding me?
Well, like I said, it'll be an interesting week. I think it's pretty much a toss-up. This game.
Well, they're giving the Lions a 7.5 favorite. I think just because of the injury to Daniels.
All day long if they give me 7.5 points.
But
it's gonna be close.
Was their top sack leader?
We need this game too. I think this is a must win.
Their top sack leaders on IR, so that adds to that. It's just overall, it does not seem like it's going to be a good week for either team injury wise, and it's one thing we're going to want to avoid. It is a road game. I'm not really going to be able to watch this game because my work schedule changed and I will be working till 7 p.m. So by the time this game ends, I will be getting off work. But I can at least get a post game on it after watching the highlights and seeing what's going on with it.
Watching it
But
work, you don't really do anything.
97% of people believe the Lions are also going to win this matchup. But in general, it's going to be probably an interesting game to see just honestly which way it's going to end up heading just because of all the injuries and what's going to happen. I think the Lions might end up getting the win here, which again was not predicted early in the year.
I think this is the
But
must win.
But the Vikings game last week was a game I thought they were going to win no problem, and they ended up losing. But again, division opponents, anybody can win. It can't be the madman at that.
JJ had his way.
Can't be
with,
mad at that though. You had terrible discipline with penalties, and again, that can come with all
And
the
the
injuries
offensive
you have.
line played atrocious.
So he still put up 24 points.
Right. I mean, but
So-
they played atrocious.
Depending on how you're playing, we'll see where it ends up going. But again, looking at everything evolving the past couple of weeks, kind of catching up. You played great against Tampa. It was so against the Chiefs, but I know we talked about that. Tampa and Vikings were the only kind of games I missed talking about. We played great against Tampa. Something happened between the bye week that it got worse after playing the Vikings, and now you're
And you're going to have all
shake
these
some rust
people,
off.
like I said, with these injuries, if that offensive line doesn't keep Goff up, you can't really bitch about Johnny Morton. I mean, you can't, no game plan, no offensive thing works if you can't block.
But when you're
And-
looking at it all, anyways, you got to make sure you are keeping yourself into. If you lose this week but have no injuries, that's a win because you're going to go play the Eagles next week. And if you want even a chance against Philadelphia next week, you have to make sure you don't add on to the injuries you currently
No,
have.
I think you got to almost mark that down as a loss already, and then move forward.
They only have one
need
more
to
win
this week.
The whole entire NFC, the Bears are technically one game out of first place.
Well, right.
The whole entire NFC is like
everybody
together.
in our division is capable of beating us, and we will not have a good divisional record at the end by the end of this
Probably
year.
not. But
we'll be lucky to be 500, 3-3.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up fully happening though.
So-
Like it's going to be interesting overall to see what happens.
This is about just making the playoffs. I don't even care about the division title. We've won 2, and we haven't gone to the Super
You're not going
Bowl.
to win the division every year. It
So
doesn't
we're
matter.
not. So this is about making the playoffs, doing the best we can. Our goal is 11 games.
Look,
11
listen,
games should get us in.
Third, fourth place is not
It's
a
going to
terrible
be
thing.
hard, though.
Third, fourth place in the division is not a terrible thing because then you play worse teams next year. So
I'm
not a
not
terrible
even
thing.
worried about it.
But anyways, we'll do. I like you said. I think the Lions will win. It is a toss up though, but we'll end it here before things mess up with this computer.
Okay, sounds good.
But if you know you like
Way
what
to
you
go.
like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Lions and their chances this week and going forward. Until next time, we'll see everybody soon.